Yes, YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I am in the middle of Greece right now. Turn around and show you guys the view. This is the view from my hotel that I'm currently staying at for the weekend. And I just want to quickly jump on here and give you guys some game on whether you need to go to university, whether you should start a business, whether you should go and do an apprenticeship. That's what you should do. So guys, I want to talk to you guys if you're 18, 19, 20 years old right now and you're trying to decide whether to go to university or you're trying to decide whether to start a business or what you want to do. I'm going to walk through my experiences. I've done both and what I'd do if I was to start my kind of business career all over again. I've been in the online business space now for it's currently 6 years. I started on the 1st of July 2020, which is absolutely wild to me. But this is my thoughts on what you should do in your current situation. So rewind all the way back to when I first kind of left football. Okay, I used to be a professional footballer. I was at Fulham. I was at a few other clubs as well. Didn't work out for me. It's too skinny at that time. It may not look like the case now, but back in those days, I was pretty skinny, right? So, rewind all the way back. I left football, second year pro contract didn't happen. It was then a case of like, all right, what do I want to do with myself? And I didn't know, to be real with you. I knew I wanted to make money, but I didn't know how. So I went to university. I went to Newcastle University and I did business and marketing management, I believe it was. But I was learning from people that never ever started a business before, never ever grew a 6-7 figure company before. And I was paying like 9K a year for this. People say online courses are a scam, but have you ever been to university? Like that could be one of the biggest scams out there, to be real with you guys. Now, when I went to university, didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I left university and then I went into recruitment and I worked for a marketing agency as well. And again, miserable as shit. Didn't know what I wanted to do. And I did that for, about 8 months to a year. And then COVID happened. Now, the reason why I tell you all this is because I went to university to buy time. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know how I was going to make money. I just needed to buy myself some time. So that's why I went to university. Now, if I was in your shoes, you've graduated college, you've graduated high school, and you're kind of deciding, what's the next step? What do you want to do now? You need to think, if you want to be a business owner, if you want to be an entrepreneur, and that's probably the main type of crowd that's watching my channel, hear it from me first. Don't go to university. Like, you actually don't need to. Like, I literally learned more from working in the nightlife industry, like selling tables, bringing on guest lists for girls, networking. I learned more from that than a whole uni degree because I learned the art of persuasion and sales and talk to people, talking to strangers. You don't learn that at university. Yeah, you may do some group presentations. Yeah, you may do some public speaking, but you don't actually learn how to convert a completely cold person into a customer. And I learned that working in, sales, right? Now, unless you want to be a lawyer, unless you want to be a doctor, a teacher, anything along the sides of those professional based careers, then sure, go to university, go do the degree, right? You actually need it. But if you're on the fence and you're actually not sure, and especially if you want to be an online business owner, you do not need to go to university. Trust me. University will not get you here on a random Friday in the middle of Greece. By the way, whilst my business is still operating, whilst my team are still operating, whilst we're still making clients revenues and money, because I traded my expertise for time. Like, I don't need to work 10-hour days to get paid anymore. I don't need to work 6-hour days to get paid anymore. I don't need to clock in and out to make revenue, right? Like, we deliver on the results. We make great commissions based off the results and the revenues that we produce for our clients, both for my paid ads agency and for my OFM agency, right? Like, I don't have to sit there all day long and work to make money. And that's what allows me and other people like me in the industry to travel, stay at 5-star suites, okay, and still make an income at the end of the day. Do you need to go to university? Probably not. And do you need to get an apprenticeship? It depends what you're going to go into, right? If you want to start a business, you don't need an apprenticeship. But what I would also do is potentially work for an agency or work for a business and learn exactly how it operates. Pick the minds of the business owner. The key thing is like business owners really love to share value and share advice to other people. It's like me and my friends talk. We have like competing agencies technically, but we share interesting ideas all the time. We share strategies all the time. We share value with each other all the time. It's just, if you actually meet an entrepreneur, they just love to talk about business, right? Like I actually just love to talk about business. I love to talk about solutions. I love to talk about problems and share it with other people when they share me their problems and we kind of problem solve together. So if a young guy that came to me and wanted to learn about business and actually had questions, I would of course answer. I wouldn't gatekeep, right? Like if I had it the other day, I was in Starbucks in Manchester. I had a guy that recognized me from TikTok, I believe it was, just asked me questions about how he's trying to start his agency. And bro, he's not a competitor to me. Like I'm years in the game, and even if so, like I would always want to share advice because I know what it's like. One's there at the end of the day. So if you're going to work in an agency or get an apprenticeship, let's just say, make sure it's in the business that you want to work with or build yourself. Don't just go work in a cafe for the sake of it. You're just wasting your time. The way that AI has evolved over the last 4 years is absolutely wild. You can literally start a business using Claude and ChatGPT. Like it gives you all the information. You just need to execute on it. And that's literally the reality of things. So do you need to go to university if you're 18-year-old? Probably not if you watch my channel. If you want to be a doctor, lawyer, fucking healthcare, nurse, then yes, go to university. But you're probably not one of those if you're watching my channel. And you're probably one of those people that wants to start a business, to travel the world, have leverage, build a company, build a culture, and have financial freedom for yourselves, location freedom for yourselves, and for your family also. That's probably the type of person watching my YouTube channel right now. So some words of advice to you guys. Hopefully you find this valuable. I'll see you in the next one.